Who would have thought that the guys from Freaks and Geeks would wind up being our generation's Charlie Chaplin? Great dictator? No? Go wiki it. Unless you live under a rock or in North Korea, you probably know by now that you won't be seeing the James Franco, Seth Rogen, Kim Jong-un comedy The Interview this Christmas or at any point ever. After a series of hacks that leaked everything from private emails to employee social security numbers, a mysterious group called the Guardians of Peace invoked 9/11 and threatened a vague terrorist attack on theaters playing the film that lampoons North Korea's dear leader. And so yesterday, Sony unceremoniously canceled the film with no plans for any kind of future release. Now, part of the threat from the hackers involved the film's premiere, which had already gone off just fine in LA a few days earlier, so why would Sony suddenly pull the film from the theaters? Well, in a word, money. Theaters got the fear in them that screening The Interview would scare audiences out of seeing anything during one of the biggest box office weekends of the year, and I'm sure in the corner of their minds they were worried about the liability if there was an attack. For what it's worth, the President of the United States said in no uncertain terms that citizens should go to the movies this weekend. And while this is a huge problem now and that we've ceded to a cyber attack pretty much immediately, signaling to bigger, realer threats that will do pretty much whatever they want if pressed, there's another glaring issue in Sony's decision: the huge hit the already risk-averse entertainment industry is going to take. Already, New Regency has canceled a Steve Carell film that was set to shoot in just a few months because it happened to be set in North Korea. You can bet any other films based in or around the country that have been in development just got canceled too. Whereas in 1940, studios felt safe poking fun at Adolf Hitler and the Great Dictator and You Nasty Spy, you can bet they're too scared of Kim Jong-un's hired hackers to take him on now. In fact, theaters like the Alamo Drafthouse, who'd planned on screening literal masterpiece Team America World Police in lieu of The Interview as an FU to the whole situation, have been told by Paramount that they won't be given the film to play. So already this has become an issue for the entire entertainment industry. It is essentially censorship, a limitation on freedom of speech, as dealt by a foreign country. That looks like this from space. Now, some have reasoned that Sony could try to recoup some of its loss and save some face by releasing The Interview digitally as a premium VOD option. Not only would plenty of people pay to see the caper comedy from the safety of their own non-threatened couches, but digitally releasing a film of this scale on opening weekend would help legitimize VOD as more than just the indie rental marketplace. However, they've confirmed that that won't be the case. But why not? You guessed it. Money, specifically insurance money. If Sony doesn't drop the film on VOD, they can reason to their insurers that it's unsafe to release and will be able to get a bigger return on their investment than if they release it and it tanks. And considering they already spent $42 million on the film and likely $100 million more on advertising, they want to hedge their bets. But guys, the crazy thing is, there's actually real news out there. Important news like the US-Cuba Pact, the collapse of the ruble, the various social justice issues plaguing our nation, but instead, this seems to be all that anyone is talking about. God, why wasn't there any Marvel casting news today? Look, the situation sucks all around and is super complicated too. Obviously more than we can amply discuss on this show, so let's take it to the comments. What do you guys think? What angles are we missing? Is there any way to right this ship? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to the Nerdist channel. Hear Kyle Hill prove Santa is real on Because Science. Because aliens. And head on over to Nerdist.com for even more Nerdist news. Oh my god, I have a headache. Oh.